Good day, everyone, and welcome back to my biblical journey. Hope everyone's doing well. It's been a little while. I went on holiday, had a week of rest and relaxation. Well, as much rest and relaxation as you can with. Thank you for letting me know. As much rest and relaxation as you can get with a 3.5-year-old and a 6-year-old. But we did swim, we had a swimming pool, there was the sea, I found French ice cream, which is divine, by the way. If you haven't had it, try it. It is thicker, it's creamier, there's no little ice crystals in it, so it's just like, it's good. So if you've got a French ice cream place anywhere near you, go get some. To those of you that are in Larnaca, there is one down on Mackenzie apparently. Get down there, it is lush and all the flavours you can possibly want. Yeah, find French ice cream, it's worth it. So yes, it's been a while. Genesis 7 was where we finished. Noah is on his ark, and the flood has occurred. Now, the one thing I want to say about this is like the Noah's Ark and the flood is something that's always vexed me a little bit. It's like how much water must have come from somewhere to raise the water so high that the ark eventually rests on top of a mountain. Now, I believe the mountain is Mount Ararat. Fairly sure that's where it is, which is in Turkey. And we're about to see how high that is. Oh my goodness, this antivirus just popping up all the time on here. Pay lots of money and keep your computer safe. Thank you. Okay, so how high is Mount Ararat? Because we're talking, obviously it's cataclysmic floods, and throughout history we've had floods and what have you, but to have such a cataclysmic case of a flood that covers mountains, it's unfathomable. Why is my internet so low? That's not good. Oh, there it goes. Oh, full internet, thank you very much. Okay, I want to know how high it is, not so Ararat reaches an elevation of 5,165 meters. So for the people in the US, that's 16,945 feet. That's a lot of water. So where did it come from? But the other thing is in just about all civilizations, there are records of a flood. So we're going to South America, we're going to China, we're going all over the place. That there are records, ancient records of floods, like cataclysmic floods. So where did the waters come from? Because I mean, even if they were going through the planet heating up, or the Earth heating up, depends which way you want to look at it. There's only so much water here. So even if you think about the ice caps melting and rising, I don't think it would rise to 16,000, nearly 17,000 feet above sea level. 17,000 feet above sea level. I mean, that's crazy. So let's have a look. Maybe it's going to tell us in Genesis 8. And I will start now that we're 6 minutes in and I still haven't started. Apparently I like to blab on about absolutely nothing. So Genesis 8. And God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the animals which were with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters subsided. So a wind caused the waters to subside. Interesting. Or is that to stop raining? Or actually, okay, we'll move on. Also the fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. The fountains of the deep and the rain and the window of heaven. So we're talking rain, and we're talking something coming up, like actual spouts, or. And the waters receded from off the earth continually, and at the end of the 150 days the waters had gone down. The waters receded from off the earth continually. And at the end of the 150 days, the waters had gone. Where? And in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, the ark rested upon the mountains of Ararat again. So I got it right. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. And the tops of the mountains were seen in the 10th month. So hold up, because when you're at Sunday school, they say it rained for 40 days and 40 nights and that was it. Big floods. Okay, get your head around that. But for the waters to have been so high that after 10 months, the ark is able to rest on a mountaintop? I mean, God said that he wanted to clear the earth of the sin and horrors that were happening. But I mean, wow. 10 months. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven, and it kept going out and returning until the waters were dried up from off the face of the earth. He also sent forth a dove from him, to see if the waters had gone down from off the face of the earth. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned to him into the ark. For the waters were still on the face of the whole earth. Then he put out his hand and took her, and pulled her to him into the ark. And he waited yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters had gone down from off the face of the earth. And he waited yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, and she did not return again to him any more. I hope that's because she found a home and not because something got her. Side thought, not important. And it came to pass in Noah's 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, that the waters were drying up from off the face of the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the earth was drying. And in the second month, on the 27th day of the month, the land was fully dry. So we're talking almost 3 months after the waters receded that the land had finally dried. So 10 months of flooding, 3 months to dry it. Wow, it's a lot. And God spoke to Noah, saying, "Go out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you, of all flesh, of fowl, of livestock, and of every crawling thing that crawls upon the earth, so that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth." And Noah went out, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him. Every animal, every fowl, and every crawling thing, all that crawls upon the earth after their families, went forth out of the ark. And Noah built an altar to the Lord, and he took of every clean animal and of every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. Now I'm assuming that that's not burning the actual animals, considering they've just saved them all. I'm assuming that's hair and feathers. And the Lord smelled a sweet savour, and the Lord said in his heart, "I will not again curse the ground for man's sake, although the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, and I will not again smite every living thing as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease." And that's the end of Genesis 8. So, yeah, we didn't ever have a flood of such epic proportions after that. So what he said or thought is true. Although the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. So this is an interesting one. That's almost like saying that there is evil in our hearts from the start. Now, does that come down from Adam and Eve's mistake? Does it come from the evil that got into Cain? Or does it come from something else? Maybe the fact that the bloodline of Adam and Eve was affected by the fallen angels. So, as I said before, I'm going to start this week. I'm going to start on Friday. Friday is the day I'm going to start. I'm going to start a second run with the Book of Enoch. And we're going to go through that because it gives a lot of, there's a lot of it. It's quite a big book, so it'll be its own playlist in itself. But it's a lot of information about the apocalypse and what have you. A lot of that is Enoch prophesying that the apocalypse, the end of times. And a lot of it explains why God needed to send the flood, because if we follow the Genesis as it is, Genesis is very basic. It doesn't go into a lot of detail. It's almost like when you're watching a Netflix series and at the beginning it's got previously on whatever, Desperate Housewives. I don't know if that's on Netflix. Is that even still running? I don't know. I don't watch much TV anymore. And the Book of Enoch, I think, opens up more of what Genesis is and aspects of Genesis that you don't know. So it's an important book in itself, and it's interesting that it wasn't kept, but it was once cherished by Jews and Christians alike. It fell out of favor with a lot of the powerful theologians of the time, mainly because of its controversial statements on what fallen angels did. I don't think a lot of theologians liked that, because it would put a different twist on Genesis, and they wanted to keep it very simple. Because this is the thing: the Bible is the Word, it is, but there are things that are missing, and that is because of how man has put the Bible together. And we're talking more modern man here. We're not talking about the people that were experiencing this at the time. We're talking modern man, which is why the Book of Enoch is important, because Enoch, although it's written from by a friend of his, someone that he knew, it is someone that was with Enoch, and Enoch told him everything. And Enoch had the shortest life of any of the initial descendants from Adam, and that even in Genesis it says Enoch walked with God. So it's an important book, and it's interesting that it's the only place it's kept now is in the Ethiopian Bible. They kept it because it was found, the initial writings were found in Ethiopia. So yeah, it's an interesting one. So for those of you that are interested, I'm going to start that this Friday. I'm going to send my videos out as I usually do, and probably annoy everybody when I do that. But I need you guys to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Gosh, I didn't want to be one of those people that on the end of these videos like, share, subscribe, but please do. It helps. And yeah, we'll go from there. We'll continue the journey. We're going to continue the journey on different fronts, and yeah. So like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time. So take care and God bless.